So welcome back to this next session. You see all the names of the members of this panelists there up on the screen. They are what I actually call giants in the Malay dance scene. They are giants in the performing arts scene of Singapore. As dance practitioners, they don't only dance, they choreograph, they are educators, they are starters of dance groups and bodies that are very important for the dance scene. And each and every one of them, Mdm Som, Cikgu Naim and Cikgu Osman, entered the dance scene in Singapore in different time periods. And as such, each of them witnessed processes of change within the scene and experience the nuances of these changes in their respective dance practices. So I'm very, very honored to be given this opportunity to engage with them in this session today. Okay. I would like to begin this session with an invitation to Mdm Som, Cikgu Osman, Cikgu Naim, with sharing their experiences, and I suppose answer this question of when did you begin your dance journey? Why did you choose to dance? I can see there that some excitement because we know some little stories, right? That you will have to, you would want to share. So I think we decided, dah ambil tiket kan? Giliran.
Yang muda dululah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for sacrificing your morning to be here to listen to us. I apologize if my English are not that fluent. Maaf zahir dan batin. Tapi saya cuba. When I shared, I might be mixed Malay and English, if you don't mind. Thank you. Okay. Actually, I'm afraid to become a dancer, right? Because normally the lucky men afraid to become CC, or that time I always heard this word we call pondan, right? So I'm when I was in primary school, I started. I'm a sports person. Okay? I started to play basketball. Basketball is my passion. And when I was introduced by my Chinese teacher, because I'm tall, he selected me and trained me to become a basketball player. And that goes until to my secondary school days. I represent basketball for combined school, and then I was given it when it was the final in 1974, national final primary school. It was like Gay World Stadium, all right. And then I was, Chinese paper they say Chap Si Ho, the first Malay boy to play basketball, that time. And when I was in secondary school, I picked up hockey, I picked up volleyball, and of course, still play basketball. At the end, on the 1977, I was asked, because the soccer players are playing on the field, I was playing in the basketball court, and then my soccer teacher called me in and then said, Osman, go to the goalpost. And then I asked him, what should I do? Just don't let the ball in. Right? Because at that time, 3 of the school goalkeepers are injured. So I managed to do what the teacher asked me to do, and then eventually in 78, when school reopens, I was selected to become the first choice goalkeeper for the school. And it goes on to being a part of combined school. That time my years was with Pani and all the other friends. So then I went to Singapore Line City Cup. Then going into Singapore Youth, and last in 81 I was with the Singapore Intermediate. Okay, but in 77 also, the school wanted to have male dancers for the Malay dance in school. And knowing I'm a sport person, I rejected it, And then all the friends, because we have a group of friends. We always sit together, female and male, and then we always, before school start, we always gather under a tree. So when I reject to become part of the dance team, most of the girls would not come close to me. They boycott. They just move away, just bypass us, and then all the guys were saying, "What happened?" Because that time, there's no handphones or whatever, so we used to pass message, put in the bag or in the lab, in the drawer. We put the message in the drawer, all those kind of things. Or if we call our girlfriend through phone, we use this public phone. All right, so that's how hard it is. All right. So
Different time, right?
yeah, eventually, because my other friends plead me because they have girlfriends among the girls there, and then they plead me because for me, no time for having girlfriend. So then they plead me, say, "Please, Osman, please, my girlfriend wants to talk to me." At last, over 2 weeks, I gave in. I said, "Okay, let's do it, lah." Okay. But I was surprised my first day when I stepped into the class. The teacher who taught me, the dance teacher, his name is Mr. Salih Buang, and then he did a sort of a circuit training. You crawl, you jump, and then you do duck walk, and then you do pumping, push-ups, and then you go down the stairs, you go up the stairs 10 times. Is in the hall. I say, "Wow, is this dancing?" It's just like in a soccer team. So I went through, and then he teaches me silat. But at that time, I've already learned silat already. And then further through the training, he teaches the dance based on silat. So it's easy for me, okay? But one thing that I encounter is that I cannot synchronize with the music, okay? Always get lost. And then when I go on stage, I always lost my direction. People turn right, I turn left. Yeah, it was a disaster for me. Okay, that was my first experience. Then only then, when he brought me to, after school, he brought me to People's Association. That was in 1978, at the end of the year. And then over there, yeah, I get to know other teachers too, like Mr. Nongchik Gani. Then, and same year, I moved to National Theatre to join Sriwana, and that's where I met Mdm Som Said. So yeah, eventually, yeah, I learned all the joget, the lenggang, the zapin, and so on and so forth. And then through that, I gained my experiences. And then in PA, I also, because it's a multi-ethnic group, and then I learned Chinese dance. That time I have not learned Indian dance. I learned modern dance. Then when I joined National Dance Company in 1981, over there I met Mdm Som Said again, and then here Mr. Naim Pani. I met Madhavi Krishnan, the Indian choreographer, and Madam Lee Shu Fen. So in context of National Dance Company, we also dance Indian dance, Chinese dance if we represent Singapore overseas under ASEAN Dance Festival and so on and so forth. In PA, in 85, then before around 82, I met Madam late Neela Satchalingam. Then I learned Bharatanatyam from her. I learned Kathak from the late Shanta Bhaskar when I joined National Theatre Trust. So then I met my friend, Madam Lim Fei Shen. Then she was in National Dance Company. Then I learned through modern dance. So my body has embodied a lot of other dancers. And when I met Mr. Tom Ibnor, when in '84 we have this festival, Singapore Arts Festival, and then we have the Gemala Tari, and then they invite Tom Ibnor and Pak Nordin, you know, and then we learn through them, and then we learn Tari Minang, Silat, and there are a lot of other dance. Okay, some so-called contemporary dance too, like Padam, yeah. Then the Archinese dance. So then I met people like Mr. Bimo Wiwot Hatmo, Indonesian choreographer from Yogyakarta, also a member from the Bagong Kusdiarjo. I learned a lot of things. I have an experience where I want to share. When I was in Jogja, I was given 5 days from my friend Mr. Bimo to choreograph a piece. He had all the dancers, all the musicians. So we worked from morning till night. So I managed to complete the piece on the 4th day. So on the 5th day, we have a review, and then during the performances, we have all artists, all kinds of artists. I mean, performer, we have dancers, theatre, fine arts, artists, and everything. So I presented my piece, and then after that, we have a question and answer with the audience. So they could ask me, I thought you were a Malay dancer. Why you're giving me a lot of movement, a lot of layers of dance steps and everything. And then they also asked that, are you Singapore? Are you from Singapore? So I said, I think basically what I mentioned to them is that, yeah, I'm a Malay dancer, but I'm not Malay. I'm Indian, Malabar. My father came from Koilandi, Kerala, and then my mother from Bugis, in Muar, and she practiced Malay culture and everything. I practice the Malay culture, knowing all. Always go to and fro from Singapore to Muar, and then I said I've learned a lot of dance movement, explore. And this is an exploration for me, and my body speaks. So what you see is not Malay, not Chinese, not Indian, not modern, but it's Osman Abdul Hamid. Yeah, it's this expression. No, it's not. I'm not mewakili apa-apa pun bahasa tari, tetapi lebih kepada my expression through my body. Yeah. So those are the experience I faced. I mean, of course, in '96 I created theatre Tari era, and then from this group I do a lot of creations, and sometimes locally, as what Dr. Amin has mentioned, I've been criticized because I introduce out of the norm. Okay, because I believe in Malay dance, I believe I stay in the village. I climb trees. I swim in the river. I jump into the river. I build tree house at the side of the tree on the tree. Then I jump when high tide. I jump into the river. I play in the longkang, zigzag and everything, and I do a lot of things. Rough. Yeah. So this of course I learned silat. So I implement this lifestyle into my dance, where there are jumping, climbing, and all sort of things. Of course, my bottom layer is silat, but I believe in my craft. I continue, and today, after some years later, almost all the upcoming artists or the choreographers are doing the same thing. I mean, yeah. So to me, it's just that you could hold on to what you believe in and let people menilaikan, ya. Terima atau tidak, itu adalah hak masing-masing itu that is what I hold on lah. Every purpose people's view. Yeah.
Thank you so much for starting off, Cikgu Osman. I thought that it's so important. Like, or put it this way, I am so glad that he got convinced to join the Malay dance group in school. Yeah, because otherwise he would be playing basketball or or football in the field. So and when you said that you are not able to keep time, it's very hard for me to imagine that, having watched Cikgu Osman, on stage and how he moves, because there's no way that he's going to be off, going off the beat. Anyway, so let me then now invite Cikgu Naim. Oh, so Mdm Som Said.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suriani. Nice to see you, really. And of course, Osman, my lead dancer, my principal dancer. Whenever I do choreography, Osman is my lead dancer and choreographer. Not so much of the technique, but he deliver. From young, he deliver and menjiwai the choreography that I do. And I seldom share this. Because Osman never fail to deliver the requirement of a dancer. Yeah. And of course, Naim Pani, my dancing partner, I suddenly become so emotional. Huh? My dancing partner with the National Dance Company, and the world thought that Naim is my husband. Right?
I did too,
Yeah.
Because I watched both of you dance as a group.
Tak tahu kenapa always partner. Maybe because of the high size lah at that time. Not now. Okay. Right. Sesungguhnya today, I don't know where to start and how to start, because I see so many different audience. I see administrators, I see policy maker, one or two, and then of course practitioners, and interestingly, writers. Hi, Michelle. Hi. Right. So, where do I begin to tell my story with your question? But again, never mind. Just beginning. To begin, I am an ordinary person. Ordinary person as a young student. I just love dance. Why I love dance? Because at that time, at the age of 5 and 6, I think you all heard this story many, many times, that my 2 teenage sisters love to go movies, and if without me, my mom will not allow them to go, right? So it makes sense because we come from a very conservative family. 2 anak dara cannot go on their own. So the person is me, always me. And I don't know what it's all about, but I just love the dance. The dance that I saw in the movies, and I go back home, I imitate in front of the mirror. Just imagine 6 years old. And when I was in primary school, I always raised my hand to participate in sports day dance. Not Malay dance, any kind of dance. And to cut it short, I met Sri Rahayu when I was in secondary school. Sri Rahayu, macam disusun indah gitu. I fall in love about Malay dance through movies. I met Sri Rahayu. Sri Rahayu is the daughter of S. Sudarmaji, the person who produced movies. And I became her dancing partner at school. And she introduced me, chop, 58-year story. She introduced me to S. Sudarmaji. And of course, I was a call dancer, call dancer with Sadia Ahmad Daud. So it's not traditional, no? It's pop, a go-go. Last time you call it a go-go, not hip-hop, Right. And then my background is also ballroom dancing with Latif Amin. You name it, I know it. Jazz lah, waltz lah, semua I tahu. Pandai Okay, but then again, that was just go with the flow. What's next? I joined Sriwana. And I like to indicate join Sriwana in 1965, although I've been with Sriwana earlier. But then again, I realized that I learned Malay Basic Foundation 1965. So that is how I count my involvement in dance, 58 years. This year I will be celebrating my 59. Dah terlupa pun dah tua. I'm 72 now. Anyway, to cut it short, Sriwana was interesting because it was family-oriented atmosphere. You see pakcik, makcik, you see children and all that. Whoever come, that is your teacher. So there's no such thing as, ni instructor, ni instructor. No. Whoever is there, that is your teacher. Whoever there is your teacher. And very soon I was standing in front all the time. So automatically, not because I'm good, not because I dance well, but because there's nobody else. Yeah, because it's volunteer. Volunteerism, no tari luput. What is tari luput? No expiry date. You become volunteer. And 1970, audition for National Dance Company. Wow, Sriwana sent few people, Perkumpulan Seni, and many other groups. And I was selected National Dancer. What is National Dancer? I don't know what is National Dancer. Just go with the flow again. We practiced for 2 years. That was under the Ministry of Culture, right? Yeah. Why are we practicing so hard? School time, work part-time time, and then practice. Wah, happy pergi City Hall practice, jumpa Naim, jumpa Safarina. We enjoy the company. And then we must learn Chinese dance. We must learn Indian dance. Apa dance lagi? Oh, ballet. Yes. The swan leg. Yeah, we do. With Sylvia Makali. Why are we learning all this? All right, people, that was the time. We don't talk, We don't talk. We don't have conversation. Just follow Francis Yeo. I know Francis Yeo then. Sriwana was Nong Cik Gane. So my mentor was Sudar Maji, Nong Cik Gane, Francis Yeo. And later on, then only Padipokan, Pak Bagong. All right. Ni my story, chop. So at National Dance Company, we are looking for an identity. Okay, at Dr. Amin's presentation earlier, all this in the list. All right, we were looking for identity for what is Singapore dance. We were the guinea pigs. Do Chinese dance, do ballet, do sword leg, what? Cowhead and maiden, angkat-angkat ni, all do. Okay. Then, but we benefit. We learn from, as Osman mentioned, right? Siapa nama dia? Not Golekuan. Li Shufen. And I have my personal tutor before the National Dance Company was Santa Baska. Up and down, go to her house to learn Indian dance. So when Madhavi teach, I macam dah pandai sikit lah, dah pandai lah banyak. Okay. So National Dance Company, then I realized, my goodness, 1972 is the Adelaide Dance Festival. The Adelaide Dance Festival opened my eyes. Big. Not small, no, big. Rupanya, dulu kan we don't know. What is Adelaide Dance Festival lah? Who are we performing? We are sharing the huge stage with international dancers. What Francis Yeo always mentioned, photographic what? If they do this, means all do this. If we do this, all must do this. Nampak 3 finger, mesti 3 finger. Kalau pandang sini mata, sini. Yang ini mata salah kero. Gitu, So these are the things that I learned during the 2 years process. And the Adelaide Dance Festival is eye-opener, milestone, and after that become my turning point. what is my turning point? It takes some time, because when I embrace the traditional folk dance at Sriwana, it was hobi, suka-suka lah. Tak ada stress macam sekarang semua belajar dengan Abang Osman stress kan. Kalau dengan belajar dengan I pun semua stress. Muka masam-masam and all that. But that time when we were embracing the traditional folk dance, we were so happy. We love it. On music, menari. Menjiwai. Right? It's not 1, 2, 3, pandang sini. All the photographic things semua, we don't care. But then, after Adelaide Festival, okay, now I know the importance of standard, good dancing. But if you are going to a next level of professionalism, if you are still happy, never mind lah how you done, go lah, enjoy. But then, if you are stepping another level, going for international standard, you want to share your dance with your international audience, friends, everybody is looking, watching and talking and writing in the newspaper. So this is the thing that I realized, okay, it's not too late. So 1974, I started the Children Sriwana group, starting with anak-anak saudara, your anak Sulaiman Jim and all that. Semua. Just relatives, and one of them is my Suzy. My niece. Dulu Osman's boyfriend. Girlfriend. Okay, itu cerita. Alright. So I don't know what is the attraction, but she loved to come for dancing practice. So that was our first. And they not only learn dance, not directly from me, but I have the instructor that I think who is good with children. No, not everybody can be instructor, no. Not everybody can, look here, look at me, do what I do. No, not everybody. So we have selected few instructors who love children, who is very patient with children. That's how I started. Cerita panjang dah cukup time. Belum And why I dance? Because I just go with the flow. I don't know that dance will bring me this far, but then to cut it short, I dance with many other groups, Young Musician Society. I teach school, blah 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 semua. Whatever Osman mentioned, we shared the same history. And in 1997, I set up Sri Warisan. And this 1997 is no more hobby, because I think it's very important that we must have platform for those who are serious about performing arts. What is the performing arts? For me, it's dance. Then we have all this background. Kata orang tu kalau misalnya, if you term it as business, I term it as industry. And to step into this industry, I can't be telling people what I want to do. I want to hold right is professional, left is society-based. I can't be telling people because I don't know whether I will be successful or not. But I am confident that we have all that. So once we starting platform for professionalism, I don't interview, I don't audition people. Whoever, emotional lagi whoever think that you are passionate enough to go into this is your choice, and with the restu of your parent, very important. Parent tak restu, please don't do. Dia akan nek sampailah dia ini, okay? Sampai dia understand. And no audition, so we set platform, and the platform until now, it works for us. The term I use is ada kerja, ada gaji. Tak ada kerja, tak ada gaji. So during school holiday, no gaji. And then during breaks and all that. But Alhamdulillah, 2 years ago, it opened our eyes big again during the COVID. All no money. Everybody no money. So this is the time that I realized that we need a paymaster. So who is the paymaster? Until now, we don't have the answer. At the moment now, my only prayer is I have my so-called reserve to be the paymaster sampailah I can say, okay, you can do it on your own, insyaAllah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. But I mean, so yeah. Let's give. I was just seeing connections, with both the stories of Cikgu Osman and Mdm Som with what Dr. Nuramin, pointed out just now, those big strokes, right? Yeah, and so what you are hearing now are those nuances, little stories that are that tell us how changes, are taking place, and how individuals are responding. So with that, let me invite Cikgu Naim.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Maaf saya, suara serak sikit. Suara rock Okay, so terima kasih pada Osman Som, my dancing partner. As we know, people tak biar husband and wife. We go Korea, we go Japan, macam-macam Malaysian, Indonesian dancer, they call biar. Even Brunei tak biar husband. Until now, they thought I'm still husband and wife. You know, anak satu lelaki. Dia pun anak satu lelaki. So that's the beauty of the dance. I met her in the dance and become a partner. Ibarat my wife, tapi when dancing I work with her. We have the chemistry with me and her. So that's why from the national company, when she opened up the Sri Warisan, I opened up my own dance group. Same year. Tak satu same month. We together. Okay. Itu about a little bit of our relationship. But I want to tell you about my story sikit pasal how I started as a dancer. Sorry, my English tak bagus tau. Kata orang pasik because I was in Malay school from primary to pre-U in Malay. I teaching also Malay. I'm Malay teacher until now. He will retire 2006 but still teaching. Right? Okay, sebenarnya, as Osman said also, last time our mother or the parent don't like me to be a dancer. Especially my mother. My mother don't like me to be a dancer. She like me to be a policeman. Because my uncle, two of my uncle, last time a policeman, one inspector, Ramli, one inspector Umar. Always come to my place during lunch hour. Because they are post just near our place. So the uniform, their body size inspired my mother. You become like your uncle. But my father, different. My father, he liked dancing. Not like our dance, different. She always once a month, my father and my late grandfather went to Bunga Tanjung. You know Bunga Tanjung? My father always go to he will go to Bunga Tanjung to have fun. Even my father works as a driver. The pay is so very small, but he can keep some money to go for the Bunga Tanjung. Okay, every month, not fail. Until my mother get angry when she told me she was pregnant, going to deliver. Last time they were at home, not in hospital. We might be done over there. My father stayed at the Bunga Tanjung. That's why he's very annoyed. He said, I don't like my son. I don't want you to follow your father. But at last I follow my father. Later I'll tell you. So, right? So, when I born at 3 o'clock in the morning, my mother told me, Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the morning, my father just came back. She reached home, she heard, somebody crying. He's very happy. But my mother, not happy, because I deliver, you down there, go enjoy, you get. But they're still living. Okay, from 2 kids become, ada 8 adik. Okay, last time different. They are living from first until end. That's last time. That's how my mother said, don't be a dancer. It's true. When in 7 years old, I always see my grandfather learn silat. You know, the Boyanese silat. The Boyanese, they have special kind of silat. So I was watching and watch. Last time, cannot go nearer. He asked me to go further. Why? Even they play takraw, we cannot go nearer. Because last time, the old people, they don't like us, wear short, okay? They wear sarung. So they bersilat, also wear sarung. They play takraw, also wear sarung. So when they jump, they what? You know what happened, So they say, you go further. And last time I don't say, why not go further? We want to see. Even the silat, go away, further. They have a distance. So we have to look for it. After that, I know, oh, no wonder. There is something lah. So we respect. But from there, I learned. I watching my grandfather and I have to follow. This 9 years old, my mother said, okay, you go learn silat. So I go learn silat at Kampung Elias. I learned from Yai Basari. He's doing the silat. So I learned from 9 years old, 10, 12, 11. Okay, last time, every Saturday lah. Every Saturday, I go to the kampong at Lilis Road. You know, now it's a trade hotel. I say in the kampong there. So I learn silat every Saturday and Sunday. No go home, Saturday afternoon, and tomorrow, next morning, learn again. Learn silat again. So I started with silat. After that, Uncle Basari, brother, Uncle Yai Osman, he's got the Zapin group at the kampong. So he told us, okay, Saturday you have nothing to do. Besides you learn your ngaji, your prayer, everything, you learn dance. So I refused. I said, my mother said, don't. I don't. Yeah, I very good to my mother. Yeah, they say, okay, no, I must learn. I said, sorry, Yai, my mother allow me. You see, just silat. Just point, okay lah, follow. Yeah, no, simple. When I say the Zapin, okay, so just follow the Zapin. That's how I start dancing Zapin. I learn Zapin. From there, the next, after we complete, last time we only learn 8 steps. 8 basic steps. Okay, only 8. So what you do? Last time during a wedding, remember wedding time, there's no caterer like now. You all cook themselves, right? So they have orang rewang, you call it. So Saturday night, the people rewang, we the Zapin group perform from Isha, after Isha, until subuh time. Imagine, we perform how many hours? But in between they have singers. The dance last time is the Arabic group. Arabic group, we play, learn. That's how I learn play marwas. You know marwas, the small drum. Marwas, see how I learn. You know dancing, you play marwas. So I learned that way. And also we have one comedian from Sriwana, last time Uncle Basari, Sajari, the comedian. He's also from he's senior. So he do sometimes he do the Bapu style. Become the comic sketch. So we learn, perform dancing. Imagine, we have 12 of us. We have to dance the same step. So how we do it? So every next item, they will tell, okay, this time, okay, Osman, you become the leader. So we follow the leader instruction. They say, okay, now number 2, you do number 2. Even you wait. You never give any clue, we just do the basic. You do all the basic. Then when you turn, okay, number 5. So you must remember what is number 1 up to number 8. Easy lah to remember, very simple. The same thing, next one. Okay, next one, my turn to be leader. So the leader will tell you what to do during the dance. That's how we did from Isha until Subuh. We enjoy very much. Last time no payment. Now people perform, you need payment. Last time no. They give food, we're happy already. Okay, we keep on doing this almost every month. We have one performance. The last one we did for my sister's wedding, and also my bersunat. See how you did. That one quite in the paper lah. I think Berita Harian came and do some interview for myself and so on. Okay, that's how I start dancing. It only Zapin. When I secondary 1 at the Kallang Secondary School, I remember my teacher. I hope she's still alive. I hope Allah bless her. She's the one who picked me up to dance. She need dancers. Few guys have. Then my friend said, Cikgu, Naim can dance. So I said, no, I cannot dance. I just bersilat only. Bersilat, you just learn now. And he said, oh, he can do that Zapin. So that's how we start. So we pick up to learn Malay dance. So I say, Malay dance and Zabin different. Zabin more male style, more Malay movement, refined dance. But when do Malay dance, see, they are mistake. They teach me the first is Sri Andalas. You know Sri Andalas? The very slow and very, apa kita? Perlahan, very slow. Ayah, probably, alamak, tak fit. Anyway, I just do it lah. I just do it. But I keep my mouth shut. I never tell my mother. Okay, because my mother said, don't dancing. Okay, so I don't do it. I just keep on. So my teacher said, Cikgu, you learn dance, who knows? Now you represent school. Maybe next time you represent the country. Because last time our Kalang Secondary is supposed to participate in. Last time we had Mandi Safar Festival. You know Mandi Safar? Last time during the Safar time, they have a festival in Pasir Panjang, Changi, and Katong Park. You know where is Katong Park? Now it's Marine Parade. It's Katong Park. There's a sea there. It's not a road last time. There is where we, one of the month we call Safar. We go there. There's a festival there. Siang, daytime there's sport, sea sport. You can see the layak, the kole, and then anything about sea sport. Also the catch the duck. You know the duck? They leave it on the, you chase the duck. You catch how many duck you can take. Also the Panjat Pokok Pinang. All during the festival of Safar. At night, we have the dance performance. So where the school represent. That one is 1961. Until 1962 is banned. The Muiz say this is kurafat, so we don't do it. Okay, why that's why we stop. Why you say kurafat? Because during the Mandi Safar, you have one paper, the paper you rendam inside the water, dalam gelas, then you drink. Konon-kononnya mengelak balak. Okay, that's one. Nasati, kalau you mandi pada hari itu, berdiri pijak atas parang. You bathe, stand on atas parang. So to avoid balak also. That's what they believe lah. So, but the Muiz say no. This is kurafat. So they banned. So from then on, there's no more Mandi Safar. There's no more sea festival. There's no more everything. So back to normal. So from there, 1961, I joined Siriwana. You don't know, huh? Because I met Cik Dongchi at the Indonesian embassy, where we learn Malay dance. So coincidence, but last time I was Cik Wan very small, so Cik Dong offered me to go to Siriwana. So I follow him. In Siriwana, there I meet Hamidah Zainal, Norman Zainal. Oh, last time the formula, they are film stars. So for me, I haven't met you so yet. So from there, then I see Almak, I don't like lah. Because I'm too small. I remember Abang Syahni, Abang Sarip, Abang Husni, Azmi. Not this Azmi, the Azmi. They're all in big size. I'm the smallest. So you don't let me. Okay, never mind. Then I meet Husaini from PS. One of the shows. So he invited me to follow them. So okay lah, I go to PS. So where I start to compulsion. In PS, first I joined choir. Choir is done by Pak Zubir Said. He had a group of choir and learn angklung. So we play angklung and choir. So we're the first group to perform at the City Hall during the Malaysia Day. Last time don't have, yeah. We call it Malaysia Day. We perform at City Hall. They do the angklung and choir. Then our singers last time is Rafi Abwang, Ahmad Jais. The last time they are not popular, yeah. Then our pianist is Kasim. Our conductor is Arwah Zubir Said. That's how I learned choir. But I stopped also lah. When my voice not so good. Okay, then this is how we start the dancing. And different school. And this school, I own my choreography. In 1970, I was invited by Ministry of Culture to join the National Academy. We do the audition. As Osman said, the group, so many groups. Siriwana, Pansri, Perwanit, Pak PM, Belia Singapura, all. About 100 plus people. So the audition, and last left 30, about 30 people. Okay. If some side learn dance from Sudan Maji, I learned some of the Malay dance from Normadia. You know Normadia? The Philips. Then also done, it's been asked by Francisco. Francisco name, since you are doing choreography for TV, you learn from Normadia. Normadia is a very good choreography on film. So I met Normadia. So he went to NEC also once. He invite her to choreograph, but she didn't do it. Just visit. So that's how I learned this Muhammadiyah. And also that's how I learned how I met film star in Butnik Road. After that, then just because of my feeling, I'm not the actor, I'm just a dancer. So I continue dancing. Okay, how my mother can start like me to do dancing? Because my face come out on TV, my face come out on newspaper. Then you, okay lah, I accept you. After so many years, I keep to myself, but my father knows that I'm dancing. My father also keep secret. Serious, he don't tell my mother. When I go out for performance, I just say, oh, I got silat. My father let me go. I never say dancing. Until I come on TV and newspaper, oh, you trick me, you cheat me. I apologize, my mother. But I'm very good son. My mother say, don't take motorbike. But some of my friend motorbike. I knew when I start teaching, my friend, two of my best friend, they have motorbike. We go to TTC, training college. Because a lot of teachers, if you are teaching in the afternoon, morning you go for college to study, to vice versa. So every day, now different, you go for study first, graduate, then you go teaching. Right? Last time, no. You teaching morning, every day. You have to do schoolwork, you have to do the college work, and at the same time, you do dancing. So, my mother said, don't take bike. So I don't know. Until now, I don't know how to ride motorbike. Because I respect my mother. But every day, anyway, I still fulfill my mother's wish to be a policeman. I managed to be a policeman. I was in secondary school, in the teaching secondary school. I was the NPCC officer. So, just nice lah. NPCC officer. So I become OC, and at the same time, I became the assistant commandant. So, as a commandant, I teach control Jurong area for about 6 schools. So my mother saw in the newspaper and go home with a uniform, she happy. At least fulfill her wish. So both. The most happy is my father because you know, see, my father good criticize when you do performance. If you say this no good, this not good. I learn from my father. And here I would like to thank Osman. As some say, he's the good dancer. He will do whatever you say. When I choreograph, Latin is not a hero. So I look at him, and you to be a hero in my choreography. My Bira termasuk. So as a man, I want to become a hero. Jangan pakai baju. Tak pakai baju, because I see that he's got the muscle, he got the muscular, handsome lagi tau. Sekarang handsome juga lah. Sekarang handsome juga. So my first that's my first choreography which I used sound effect. You have to use sound effect, no music. Certain part. You remember when you know the story about the badang. I don't call badang lah. I should Wira termasuk. Okay, when Bidang becomes stronger, what he eat? The muntah. Muntah kena putih apa? The one of the setan. How he fight with the setan? What the setan is Azmi about time, right? You kan? Salibang, Salibang the setan. You know you Oh, you buruh. He's doing the buruh. The one who climb the scaffolding, right? So this is my choreography on the different style and different type of form that he did. No music, just sound effect. When he transformed from the what I call it, weak, it became stronger. So in fact, I said, I want to do this. He just did. Then I like it. Okay. Then I said, well, very good. Then how he started becoming a hero after that. Yeah. Until now. Thank you very much. Okay. I think enough, right?
Yeah.
If I teachers when you talk, never stop.
Yes.
Okay. So teachers like that lah. Okay. So anyway, I thank you very much for the organizers inviting me for this talk. I not very good in English, serious, but I was invited to talk in Malay Dance in Japan, Canada, Europe, and America. Okay, just hantam je lah. Because director said, don't worry, you just talk in your English, don't worry about English, don't worry about grammar, you just talk. If they know the answer. Yeah, and every question, I try to answer, then the director says, is it okay? You answer the question very. Because as Osman said, in NDC we learn Malay, Chinese, Indian. And so I'm Sukan Suri, I am the first Malay and Salih Wang, the first Malay to do lion dance. I become the head, Salih become the bontot. The bontot is stronger, huh? I become the head. We do Adelaide. First we do in Singapore, then we go to Brussels. We form in Brussels, then we form at the Los Angeles, San Francisco, okay, 2 places. And also during the Singapore inaugural flight to America, we do at the, you know what? Last time don't have bridge, right? They had the staircase. We perform for the staircase down.
Inauguration flight.
Huh?
Inauguration
Flight, yeah. To America, to Brussels. Also Bantras. We do that. And we open up, Melayu, huh? First time. So we do in Brussels also. That's with Saleh. Then I'm the first one, Malay guy, not to do sombong, I just said how we process. To do the monkey god, Chinese monkey god. Because last time I learned Silat. So when Madam Lee Sufong said, Naim, I want you to dance for my group for the Chinese show as a monkey god. So I did lah. I said monkey god. Last time very good lah. Now not so good. Last time I can flip and jump. Now walk also very difficult. Bukan tua lah. Dah meningkat. Okay. Then the next one I do for the first time I do Indian dance. Last time I do Bharatanatyam. And I should say also we learn a bit katak sikit. But after I do Bharatanatyam, I was invited by Zabru Mariaman Temple at the Serangoon to perform for them for donation. So I just did lah. But that one I tawakal lah. I takut juga lah. Because this is the Indian culture, Indian agama, and then you do it, you are Muslim. So I say, Ya Allah, ampunkan aku. Before you start everything, must say, Ya Allah, ampunkan aku. Allah, please forgive us. Because we do it for arts. We do it for arts. Not for money, not for glamour. We do it for arts. So when you do it all arts, when you do performance, you must do it from your heart. That's how we did. Because I remember what the Piramli said. Karya seni adalah satu daripada kerja Tuhan. Whatever you do is by the God will, not from us. I do good in dancing, I do good in whatever, even sport, it's God will, not from us. So that must remember. Until now, before you go, please remember. Before you start your dance, pray first, then thank God. You give me the strength, you give me the, I will call it ability, you give me everything. Without Him, we cannot move. Without Him, we cannot create. So all from Him. Be blessed, inshallah. But must do jalannya lurus. No bengkok-bengkok. Remember? Okay, I think enough.
Yes.
Should be in 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cikgu Naim. I mean, I'm really I couldn't, stop any one of them in their narrations, because this is such important oral history, and I'm so glad that you are also recording this, because this is very rare. Yeah, I think that we get this opportunity to listen to the stories. What I found very interesting from all the narratives is that shared experiences of how diverse their learning process was, right? Each of them, I mean, it didn't matter, who, I mean, and the fact that they were exposed to many dance forms, a diverse kind of experience that, became part of their individual practice. I'm just going to open the floor now, because I think, that was quite a long story session, but let's hear if there's any queries, any comments, from the audience. Don't forget to introduce yourself when you ask your questions or make your comments.
My name is Alia. I'm here for Prof. Suriani's mod. My question is, I feel that after hearing what you guys have said, I think there's a lot of trying to emphasize on Malay culture and trying to understand how others may perceive our culture, because you guys mentioned like you guys traveled to Los Angeles, Australia. Like to me, like my question is, why do we then try to portray our culture in the eyes of the other? Because I feel that there is a fixation to present our culture in some type of way to these other audiences. And like for me, it's like, why is that the case? Because we already know that even the Malay culture, there's a lot of historical roots that is tied to colonial histories. And why are we trying to kind of even more show that to them? Yeah. Because I feel that there is a sense of like expressing faith, expressing your identity and all that. But why do we have to do that in like, especially in overseas, especially like this fixation, overemphasis on like, oh, we actually went here and here and here to present. Yeah, why is that the case? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Alia. Yes, I have a whole group of students here actually from my class, Malay Culture and Society, and I'm very happy to see their faces, amidst the audience.
Thank you.
Madam
Thank
Singh.
you, Alia. Maybe I will just start first. Okay, we have several reasons for going overseas, right? First is, of course, under the national level, which is MOU between country to countries. And we have invitation for festivals. And the third one is interacting with international audience with using the dance platform as dance symposium, dance seminar, a dance workshop, and so on and so forth. It is very important to go abroad. Why I say so? Because people don't know. If young people now, you know this song or not? The first thing they will ask, who, where we come from, who you are. No, what song is that? Huh? So we tell them we are from Singapore, this song. And then the young people keep on singing. The little angels, when we go, everybody wants to know, Yandi will know this song, remember. We sing together. And then I said, yeah, it makes sense. People don't know. You Malaysia? Chinese. You from China? But we are Singaporean. So the National Dance Company was not the first, but it kickstarts. It kickstarts that we realize that nobody know who we are. Where is Singapore? One little red dot. This is very important. And with a 3 minutes item of the multiracial dance, of course, we tried many. One music, one costume, one style dance we did. Multiracial, Fisher Folk, Suriram Sweep, blah, 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 we did. Everything we did. Then 3 minutes item, oh, you are from Singapore. This is your song. This is your dance. This is how you talk. What we talk? English. Malay, Chinese, everybody speak, but the national language is English. To answer to Alia is very important. And until now, I'm speaking on behalf of Sri Warisan. We still want to travel overseas to show our culture, not just Malay culture. We are multi-ethnic dancers, multi-ethnic people of Singapore. Although the dancers are all Malays doing Chinese, Indian, Malay, it's not plastic kind of thing. This is real. We learn Chinese dance. We learn Malay dance. It's not just about the costume. It's movement with symbolic gestures. Not just the tepak sirih. People always say Malay dance mesti ada bunga mangga. But the bunga mangga, you know what or not? The symbol. So important. Nobody knows. It's the bunga mangga from the coconut tree. It's not just the colourful bunga mangga. We narrate the dance. We talk the story. We have a Q&A like this, with all the dancers. But we always said, dancers, if invited to symposium at international audience, all wear sunglasses because they want to sleep. Because they don't want to listen to talk. But we change a perspective of national dancers. It's important. You are selected because you are intellectual dancer, thinking dancer. Not just follow dancer, gong gong dancer. Yok Chong Lian always say, don't gong 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 gong. Go festival, all wake up, take out your sunglasses. You know or not? You don't know. This is the thing that why we go international. And every time apply grant, NAC also will ask, why must go? Must go. Very important, because our young people become culture ambassador and they become culture ambassador, more patriotic, and they become a better person. Thank you, Alia. Alia, betul nama?
This is related to myself when I represent Singapore in multi overseas assignments. One of them is besides National Dance Company. Earlier was with Suriani, under the Singapore Tourist Promotion Board, STPB at that time. My first flight trip was in 1979, as young as 17 years old, to Taiwan. And this is Singapore's stand, and this is also political, sharing Singapore, what it is, what the foundations are, the values are. So so we always spread the same message, multiculturalism, and then of course there's always a piece where we dance together, Chinese, Indian, Malay, and we have some of the modern steps to depict the modern society of Singapore today. I mean, it is also politically based, but over there, okay, we always, among the dancers, okay, we always have this patriotism, with pride when we perform. Although we perform at the shopping center, during that time we always perform with pride. I don't know about that. Those are the time in 70s, 80s, and even 90s. I don't know about today. Today maybe it's quite more Singapore roadshow, but the context of Malayu, or the ethnicism of people now, the thinking process is quite complex. I know how you say today, okay, but those days are, one is politics and one is about being Singaporeans, the values that we carry. Even I had this experience with the Malaysians, and then what is Singapore? You Malay, what? You Malay, Chinese, Indian, what is your identity? What is your identity? It was in the 80s. I said, these are our identity, being Malay, Indian, Chinese, and so and others, but we are one. We share the same space, the same air. Okay? And that was in the 80s. Then suddenly Michelle, who's the Malaysian artist? Michelle Go, Michelle Yeoh. Okay? Actress. Suddenly say, Malaysia, truly Asia. Suddenly Malaysia transformed into 13 states performance altogether. So we started first with that values and identity. Malaysia later. Because all this while when we go for ASEAN Dance Festival, they always portray Malay dance, Malay dance, Malay dance. Today, they portray all the different ethnic dances. So I think that could help Alia. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Can I just add? The idea of doing the multiracial dance, from whom and when we start? You will be surprised. This is the first time when we going to Jakarta, Indonesia. After remember the confrontation, Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia, they banned us, right? So how to break the ice? I remember that Mr. Lee Kuan Yew talked to us. I don't know, I'm not sure. Then Francis Yeo, that you, the group from Singapore, please go to Indonesia. You bring items to get money, support the earthquake in Jogja. That's how we started. So the trip is to go perform in Jakarta, Bandung, Bali, and Jogja, raise money or raise fund, give to people in Yogyakarta. That's our LKY idea, first idea. That's how we started. How we break that, go back to, because they are not good to us in good term. How many years? Indonesian do not good in Singapore. Konvertasi, but then you break. That's how we break the ice. We go to Indonesia with that idea to bring support, donation to Jogja. Jakarta had very bad earthquake. Okay, then he tell us, when you go there, don't just bring Malay item, Indian item, Chinese dance. I want you to create one multiracial. So I am Said, and sorry, I am Said, and then Som, we think. So we come up with the first idea, the fisherman folks. And the fisherman folks, the first combined item. Waktu tu so my partner lah. So we did the first fisherman. When we did that dance, it's not being accepted by local and by overseas. I remember in the newspaper, they said what we are trying to koyak, spoil the Malay culture. That when we receive. In Indonesia, they call it, Singapore, show the rojak. See, that means we are not. When you rojak, you have few things, right, in one. Then I say, but I told them, yes, we do rojak, but the rojak is very delicious. Right? Then from there, they realize. We start, he says the other countries realize, even Malaysia started. Now, after that, after so many years, then our own people start to accept. And I've been criticized sometimes because we do the multiracial dance. Some said do the rhythm in harmony. Then I do the lights. Okay, we try to do the combined item or the composite item. It's not easy. We do process so many years, then acceptable. Yeah, that is how we started. Yeah, to show that we are Singapore. Singapore not only Malay, not only Chinese or Indian, but we are 3 in 1. 3 plus 1 lah. No sugar. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I was looking at that also, again thinking, about that broad stroke of nationalization and internationalization, right? Processes that are at the macro level, and how, right, also comes out at the national level, Singapore wanting to present, its identity as a new nation, wanting to show, that, hey, we are not just a little red dot, we have something to also to contribute. But listening to their stories, we can see how it's also interspersing. It's very important to look at also how the individual responses reflects also individual interests and concerns. I think this is where I'm looking at how their response to that question. So I'd like to invite more questions actually.
Thank you so much for the sharing. I was very much taken by Abang Man's sharing of how when all these kind of dances that he learned and when he presents or when he moves, it kind of defies certain categories. And kind of like that image of, the process of, I guess, the state trying to do or impose this multiracial dance and performances and presentation, what Singapore identity is. And some or other, Abang Man gets to kind of capture that all in his body and more. I was wondering, I guess this is a more kind of retrospective or introspective question. Now that you have your years of experience and you've gone through so many different phases of evolution of Malay dance in Singapore, even dance in Singapore, I was wondering whether you would do anything different in terms of representing Singapore. And how would it be like now if you're given a chance to kind of represent what this Singapore dance is? Just a kind of speculative question, if you don't mind.
Great question.
Boleh Abang Man, if nak joget pun boleh, or menari. If you speak better that way.
Yeah.
I think if I would do something, sebuah karya, saya akan bahagia, happy to present myself as Osman Abdul Hamid from Singapore. I think that would be a better perspective in terms of representing the arts that you hold on to.
Maybe I just add on, maybe it can be a general question too. This is what I always use the word preserve, promote and create. So it become very strong, that very in the dancers understanding that you have to preserve. What do you preserve? The foundation. Embrace it. You promote it. You promote through performances. We always said in Malay dance, we have tarian rampayan, tarian budaya, tarian tari dra. Wah, so rich penuh sangat. You promote it. Let the audience see it, because now the platform is only audience. We don't see dance in festival apa. I always use the word rite of passage. Dah tak ada pun. Rite of passage tinggal siapa yang peduli aja buat kan. So kalau misalnya baca khatam Quran dah tak ada apa, sunat tak ada apa, apa what do you call that? Tadi festival apa? Mandi siapa lagi dah tak ada, So where? So in classroom, in organisation. So these are the thing yang saya cakap, please promote. And how you create? The creation is when you do production, you give platform for our dancers. You like it or you don't like it, this is your turn. This is your turn to do choreography. Samad, Rawi, Rizman, siapalah. Okay, Tariana, platform. Do what you want to do. But you already embrace the foundation. This is very important. So what you want to do? Up to you. No specific team. So they create. So they become instructor, they become choreographer, not self-upgrade, because the people, okay, misalnya lah, I am the person who's in charge. I will see who ready to do. So this is what, if you see now, the present one, banyak yang self naik jadi choreographer, jadi semua sendiri. Tu kesiannya, the thing is, do you have the strong foundation? Very important. Do you promote the tarian rampayan, tarian culture? You understand what is tarian culture? Many things is culture. Kapet ni taruh pun culture. Minum air dalam cawan pun culture. So many things. So I cakap, adik, I don't want air dalam botol So nak cup boleh? Sopan sikit kan? Okay. So these are the things that the culture values. So we always said, tadi ada soalan also from Fiza, is it? About contemporary dance. Who asked about contemporary dance? Oh, you Saiful Samsul. Okay, Saiful. Syai. Okay. So inilah nilai-nilai yang, yes, you can do what you want to do as long as you embrace. Okay, ni pandangan personal You embrace the culture value. Mesti nak ada. That's contemporary. Bun Fong tadi tanya. Aesthetic value. Melayu ke ni? Artistic value come later because it's creativity. So kalau tiga benda ni ada, tak susah nak nilaikan ini Malay contemporary. So these are the thing maybe just to add on to that. Thank you.
Sebenarnya tarian Melayu Singapura sedikit, amat sedikit. We are very limited. Bahan kita sedikit. Berbandingkan dengan Indonesia, berapa banyak negeri dia ada? Beratus. Dan berapa banyak culture dia ada? Pergi daerah dan different daerah, different dance, different costume. Indonesia. Begitu juga Malaysia. 13 negeri, 13 macam culture, 13 macam pakaian, 13 macam tarian. Betul juga Brunei, banyak. Tapi Singapura apa yang kita ada? Sedikit saja. Walaupun sedikit, tapi kita cuba besarkan. Kalau kita valuekan dia, kita indahkan dia. Walaupun sedikit. Cakap terus terang, kita cuma belajar tarian serama 12. Correct? Itu kita basic lah. Serama 12 atau Sri Andalas. This is my basic. Ini saya belajar dulu. Dengan Cik Dong baik dengan sama-sama. Even di NDC pun, kita terapkan tarian serama 12. But for us, that's our basic lah. Because kita ada tarian yang basic macam negeri lain. Lepas tu bila Malaysian atau Indonesian, bukan kutuk lah, dia merendahkan kita. Jangan takut. Just, this is my Singapore. This is Singapore. We must be proud of Singapore. Walaupun kita kecil, tapi kita sparks. Kita bercahaya, bersinar. Kita tak takut. Akhirnya mereka akan ikut cara kita. Sebab mereka ni bahannya banyak. Kita cuma sedikit. Tapi yang sedikit itulah kalau kita turap semula, kita asuh semula, kita nilaikan semula, dia akan very beautiful. Become beautiful. You not to worry. So, as you see it now, kita jawab dua-dua soalan sekali jalan. Kita Singapura, buat cara Singapura. Be proud of Singapore. Ada Melayu, Cina, India. Dan sekarang ada campur-campur lain. Kita apa? Kita teruskan. Okay? Ini yang important. First, lestarikan budaya kita. Preserve, as Som say. Then, apa lagi? Develop, as Osman do. Bila mula-mula Osman buat koreografi yang campur-campur, saya tak marah. Dia kata, it's development. Development of dance. You can do whatever you like. As your creativity. Tapi basic tetap from that tambah 12.
We don't have very much time, but I'm dying to to follow through that question and your response actually. I mean, like Mdm Som about preserve, promote, and create. I mean, in the general principle, I think that makes a lot of sense. But I'm thinking in terms of what is it that we want to preserve, what is it we want to promote, and what is it that we want to create. Now that's where I think the issues arise. And if I can go back to what I said earlier on just now about certainties, right? And in times of change, right? In processes of change, one needs to decide, right? What is it that you want to preserve and promote and create? But we don't always agree, right? And Nuramin, you talked about generational differences, right? How then, I think, from there, do we take this through, right? Opening up spaces for diversification, that's what Dr. Nuramin suggested, right, just now. What else do we do? And so I want to end this by inviting the panelists to share, to say, because of time limitation, in just a few words, what then is your hope, for Malay dance in Singapore?
I think basically it's about respect and responsibility. And if we understand this, we are safe. We can share the space harmoniously. One thing that I want to bring is that, for example, Zapin. Malaysians, some of the lecturers saying that Singapore, Indonesia, and Brunei, their Zapin are not in the right track. For example, the gong is on the 8th or on the 1. Right? So I believe that alam terkembang dijadikan guru. Alam lingkungan akan membentuk budaya yang tempat dan masa dia hidup dan dia berkembang. That is very important because the surrounding teaches you, the surrounding makes what is your culture is.
The environment.
The environment, So to me, why can't we just respect each other? I mean, whether you start on the 8th, on the 1, we are still serumpun dalam bahasa Melayu kita. We are satu dunia Melayu ni. Jadi we have to respect each other, value our existence. I think that is more important, right? And then whatever that we want to preserve and create, preserve, promote and create. I think this is something that comes about to responsibility. What are your responsibility individually? How do you feel? That carries, how you spread. Because it always boils down to individuality. What is you want? What are you want to do? For your future generations. And of course, there's always worries here and there. But I always believe is that sebagai manusia kita merancang, alright. Akhir jalannya hanya Allah yang menentukan. As what Mdm Som said, by King Sri Warisan, he has no answer to whether he will be a successful thing or not. But time will tell. So I believe in that. Thank you.
Preserve, promote, and create is simultaneously. It moves together. It moves together because you have to hold this philosophy. As I always mention that although we did not announce it or make it formal, my 7 level of theory is in them. Theory of learning and educating. You learn and you educate. So this 7 level, it can be 15 years for Osman. It can be for Azmi. They are there. Because this 7 level is very important for us to carry on with this preserve, promote and create. And for your Dr. Suriani, I think this is the right time that I said, I go back to further study on dance anthropology just because I want to write Malay dance based on my personal journey. And this complement with whatever Amin was talking about earlier. You buat berapa ah? 5 6 7 5 okay 5 pun tetap ganjil 5 7 or 9 lah. Okay, so my book ini is for the future generation. We did with step by step to Malay dance in 2011. For those who think basic foundation is not important. But if you don't want to do it now, you don't want to refer now, never mind 10 years time, you refer still valid. So this book ni for future generation, never mind lah. Mdm Som experience is also Naim experience what? It's also Osman experience. Because I break from even STB, B promotion, whether promote MOU with NAC or what, is all in here. I think I didn't miss anything. And I took 4 years to study. Dah tua tau. At that time, my age was 58.
But still
I
young
completed,
at heart. I mean, you're still
I completed 2011 and I published the book 2018. 9 years. And this book will be presented to you later. Thank you so much.
Apa yang mereka dah sampaikan, all they've said is already round up. Promote, create, preserve. All tak kisahlah. Boleh. Maknanya the thing is there. You nak promote dulu, tapi you kena preserve dulu. And then you have to do promote, you kena create everything. 3 in 1. This is 3 in 1. Why is it 3 in 1? Just how you say, right? Closing 3. This 3 lah. What is the one? Gerak. See the word gerak? You sit down, you don't do anything, you think you move? No. I cannot drink unless I bergerak. Right? I cannot walk, go to the shop if I don't gerak. So, the gerak is important. Gerak got 2 sides. Gerak from your heart. First from your heart. If your heart tak bergerak, your mind tak bergerak, you diam-diam lah. Duduk diam-diam. Apa nak orang panggil pasal nothing concern about me. Not some people say that. So, ada orang tak suka kita menari. Serius, Because tarian masih lagi satu perkara yang belum benar-benar disukai oleh semua masyarakat kita. Tak semua orang Melayu suka menari. 80% lah. Saya tak berapa saya tak semua. Jadi jangan khawatir. Kita tahu dalam hidup kita ada orang suka kita, ada orang tak suka kita. This is normal. Jangan takut orang tak suka. Tak pasal. It's myself, we do it. Ada orang suka, ada tak suka. Begitu tadi, gerak ada 2. Satu gerak hati, then you gerak your movement, your body. You tak bergerak, you just keep still, duduk dalam aircon, dalam kelas, just listen to your theory, lepas tu balik. So what's the purpose? So, you bergerak. Like Amin, dia belajar tarian, dia pergi kelas, he promote. He bergerak, he do it. He learn, pasal tarian sama jalan life learning journey. So will not, tidak akan ada akhirnya. Not for us, for our next generation. This is important. Sebab Malay culture kita sedikit. Saya ulang balik, we are very limited. We are limited edition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So with that, let's move our hands together and thank all our panelists, Mdm Som, Cikgu Osman and Cikgu Naim.
And this is all you.